Let me do this. I've spent so long regretting my choices. It would be good to balance the scales.
You have led us bravely. It has been an honor to follow your lead.
As long as I live, Masuk will sing your name alongside Persok's.
Everyone will know what you've done for us. I'll tell everyone I know. Not even the Sea Queen herself could stop me.
I just hope you're not doing this for all those louts in Stalwart. Even the new ones ain't worth it.
You're a brave soul. Wish I'd met you sooner.
We shatter and sink, discarded like worn tools. Why have you consigned us to oblivion? We do not cherish violence, but we will fight to defend the legacies of this world. In one hand, a hammer. In the other, a mace. We protect the greatest works of civilization, lest it collapse beneath its own weight. We would sooner sacrifice our own bodies than dislodge a single stone from such a place. Why do you torment us with baseless accusations? Then we were betrayed. And we were made to betray something we cherish. The bedrock of civilization. Better for her tides to ebb and her seas to dry up than to cover a single stone the Ingwithans laid. Each culture builds on the bones of the last, yet many only look up at where they would go, never down at the foundations that bear them. Like a mason who builds a listing tower. What peril do they inflict on their progeny? And what dishonor on their forebears?
An argument I've had with the Law College. Now I have divine counsel in my favor, and I can hardly present it as evidence. How frustrating.
It is accepting a gift only to spit in the face of the giver. Every advance in the crafts and institutions of Kith was forged by skill and sacrifice. A people cut off from their history will wither, and they deserve no less. To pull the blinders from the eyes of gods and Kith. That is why we must return to ourself and restore Abydon. When Ione Brotha fell, Abydon lost much. His will to preserve, the memory of how and why he died. But he built us with fragments of his own soul. In returning, we can restore what was taken from him. A facile argument. One that defends stasis, not progress. Yet your hand kindled its fires. A fluke, but a costly one. Still, you point to an exception. And what great achievement has not begun with failure? Would you condemn the world to stagnation simply to avoid it? We had not considered this. We concede that some knowledge is best forgotten, after all. Even so, we must restore Abydon. Then do not look to it for one. History is not a moral force, but a set of facts. These facts show Kith where they have come from, and how to move forward. And their brethren have built a culture that stretches across Eora, all because they recognize the importance of their shared legacy. Yet it drove them to create marvels. Could it have torn them apart with equal force? Maybe so, but we would not cast history aside over one such example. And how many others suffer adversity and rise above it? Perhaps the problem you speak of lies not in our history, but in her.
Hey, I'm standing right here.
To be sundered in this manner is to change, violently. And simply knowing what was lost does not restore it. We understand something of this. We admit that history can become a hindrance. Even so, we must restore Abydon. Burdens strengthen the bearer, and they warn against repeated mistakes. Why would you discard them so hastily? A rare opportunity, for you have the chance to answer them, to do things left undone. That presumes that some questions cannot be resolved. Yet such destructive memories are rare. Surely others are strengthened by retrospection, even amidst pain. Pleasing or no, that memory was a part of her. In surrendering it, she lost a part of herself.
The part that spent every waking hour obsessed with old history, perhaps. What I lost was a burden, and one that bent me over for years.
It would be better if Kith did not become trapped by guilt, sorrow, and shame. But we speak of what should be. You recognize what is. We confess that we had little understood how memory shapes and stunts Kith. Perhaps history does not always serve progress. But what then? We shall temper our memory with context. We shall see that the foundation of history is not only broad, but also firm.
The Eyeless disappeared beneath the lake, their bond to Andra finally severed. With this threat ended, hope returned to the White March. Hunters returned to the wildernesses, and travelers to the roads. Tales of the Watcher's bravery replaced stories of monsters in the woods. The villagers of Stalwart busied their hands with work and their tongues with song, eager to seize on the promise of peace.